Hey guys, Martin here bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so we had an announcement appear in the news the other day about the upcoming maintenance on Global, which is what we're going to be talking about now. This video will be going up at 10 PM UK time. So if you're watching this video as soon as it goes up, the maintenance is going to be starting 6 hours after this video is released. So if you are in Pacific time, this video goes up at, I think it's like 3 PM, and then Eastern it's like 6 PM. So judging by the times, it's like what, 11 PM Eastern, and so what, 9 PM Pacific, I think, for Monday. So technically Monday 9 PM, whereas it starts in the early hours of Tuesday. So Tuesday 4 AM British Standard Time, the maintenance will start. It is a 5 hour and 15-minute maintenance, apparently, going all the way to 9:15. Now, tomorrow, we know from the news and the data download and everything, we should be getting the Dragon Ball story event for Wrath of the Dragon, which includes not only the support memory with Trunks getting Tapion's sword, but also the Tech Kid Trunks Awakening and EZA. I did talk about those in a video yesterday. So those normally would drop at 7:30 AM UK time. But of course, the maintenance will still be ongoing at that point. So there'll be no early stream tomorrow. Usually I stream from 7 till 9 UK time in the morning. But of course, the maintenance doesn't actually even end until 9:15. So I'll probably be around for when the maintenance ends. I'll jump on and make a video confirming any of the information that we potentially get. Because of course, with the maintenance, there should be a bunch of new stuff in the data as well. And that's some of the stuff that we're going to talk about, right? The upcoming content, what we should be seeing, hopefully not only for the rest of the week, but also some content that we don't actually know about yet in terms of confirmation for Global, that hopefully will have some more light shed once this maintenance is over. So if we switch over to the wiki here, we can see this is the timeline from the end of 2023 for JP, where we got to the end of December, and this is where we got the Hirudegarn and Goku Dual Dokkan Fest, and then we moved straight into the beginning of January, and that's where we got this Dragon Ball story event and the Tapion and Kid Trunks. So obviously today on Global, this is where we are right now in the schedule. The Tech Tapion sub EZA came out. I've done a showcase for him, as well as checking him out on the Dragon Fist Goku Movie Heroes team. I will do a video trying him out against Zamasu and potentially Omega, so stay tuned for those ones. But the strange thing is, on JP, these two came out at the same time. So we've got the Kid Trunks and the Wrath of the Dragon story event. You can see here JP EZA 4th of January 2024, and then we look at the Kid Trunks the Awakening and EZA 4th of January 2024. So I'm not sure why they decided to separate these by a day on Global, but they have for some reason. So after the maintenance, this story event should be available. It's this Wrath of the Dragon. We did look at it very briefly yesterday in the video as well, but not really anything too crazy, because it gets reset as a Dragon Ball story event. It means all of the stages and everything are reset. So 6 stages, each of which has, well, apart from one, has 2 difficulties. So you get 11 stones plus a few missions here for awakening the character, clearing all the stages. So you get a few extra stones. We get the free-to-play Trunks that can be awakened, and of course the support memory as well. So this should be in the game available once the maintenance is over, and will allow you to awaken and EZA the Trunks as well. So you can see here then on the timeline, this is kind of all that came out right on that day, just this. And then the Extreme Z area, of course, the stage was added for Kid Trunks. The thing that should be noted about this as well, actually, is this Extreme Z area is the one that has been reworked from a bunch of the old movie bosses ones. So this, just like the Dragon Ball story, this is a full reset. So when this event becomes available, the movies edition Extreme Z area, all of these stages will be redoable. Now, if you're somebody like me, you've obviously been doing all of these characters as they come, so you've got these all EZA, you don't need to do the stages again. But of course, for each stage completing it for the first time, you get a Dragonstone, right? So there are 13 stages in total, which means by beating all of the stages on both their difficulties, you will get another 26 stones out of doing this. So of course, definitely worthwhile to do so. And of course, if you didn't have any of the units finished or EZA'd, there are these. In fact, if these missions reset, I don't know if the clear each stage 10 times mission will be reset, but if that is the case, you will get a stone. I will say there's no point powering through that one, because depending how much stamina you have, to clear each one of these stages 10 times when there's 13 of them, that means playing 130 stages. There's no point like refreshing your stamina in order to get this mission done just to get these stones. Well, I guess it's one time each, right? So 13 stages, that's another 13 stones if it does in fact reset. But this is something you can kind of get done over time with spare stamina, rather than going flat out trying to do them all in one go. So those came out on the 4th of January, and then it wasn't until a week later we got the EZA for the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So this guy, this is the data, this is not in the files yet for Global. So we don't yet have confirmation when this guy is going to come out. Now, the thing that's very interesting is he came out a week after Tapion and Trunks. So we could assume that he's going to come out a week from today, which of course would be Monday the 15th. But because Trunks is releasing a day late, in theory, he could come out on Tuesday the 16th instead. So this is one of the things that hopefully from the maintenance, once that is done and there's more stuff in the files, we'll be able to see when Goku is coming out, whether it will be Monday the 15th or Tuesday the 16th, or who knows, maybe it'll be earlier or later. We won't know that until the data download. For me, hopefully I'm away on the Monday, so I'm hoping it's the Tuesday. But of course, if he does come out on the Monday, I'll be back later in the day, so I won't be able to do the actual EZA event live, but we will do the showcase for the unit later in the day and all that good stuff. But Goku is an interesting unit for sure. I remember seeing his EZA, like showcasing him on the JP side when he first got it, thinking he was really, really good. But as the anniversary came out and the content started to get that a little bit more difficult, his biggest issue is when you get his 18 key super and he does his big damage attack, which, you know, he can do a lot of damage, but he's not super great defensively after that, right? Because he has damage reduction before performing an ultra super. So if you only do his 12 key super, he still has the damage reduction, and he raises defense on his 12 key super. So he can be reasonably tanky if he's only getting 12 key supers. So I think even though it seems like a waste almost, but the ideal strat for him is probably only do his 12 key super unless he's in a slot where he's actually not going to receive any attacks, and then you go for the big Dragon Fist. But obviously he comes out, his event is a typical LR EZA with 10 stages. I will do a team building guide video for these as we always do. But definitely looking forward to this. This will be another 33 stones as well. Now, the big thing that we are waiting to see from this data, of course, we know that we're getting these type EZAs on Friday, which is really interesting when you think that that means that these guys, they came out on JP on the 18th of January, but they're moving up into this slot between Tapion, Trunks, and Goku. So essentially what would be the equivalent of like the 8th of January, also the 8th or the 9th, right? So kind of weird that these have been moved up ahead of the Super Saiyan 3 Goku EZA. Not really sure why that is the case, but yeah, they're coming out on Friday. I'll do a video going over them in more detail and which ones are potentially worth summoning for. The banners do have discounted multis with, I think it's the first 2 multis, you're guaranteed to get one of the support units, but they all come out on Friday the 12th, so we'll do a video probably talking about those in more detail on the Thursday. And then of course this next thing on JP was the UI Goku EZA. This was part of the countdown to the anniversary, so obviously that will not be included here. We should get all this stuff, which will then lead us up to Golden Week. Usually the banners come out on the 28th, which is a Sunday, so I'm not sure how that's going to work. Maybe they'll drop Monday morning, like the 29th for me in the UK. But if Goku's coming out on the 15th, that still leaves us with like a whole week where there's no content. So this data download really is going to give us this information about what is actually going to be happening on Global for the next 2 weeks, because there could be a world tournament. Global has been speeding up the world tournaments to try and catch up to JP. This will be the one that will be dropping, where we get the Awakening for the physical Bojack, and then we get the EZAs for the AGL Super Saiyan Gohan, this STR Super Saiyan Goku, the physical Feet Kamehameha Goku, and the STR Demon Piccolo Jr. with the giant form. Now this Gohan is actually really good, so he's one of the ones that we've been looking forward to. This world tournament could come out between now and Golden Week. Well, you never know. They've been coming thick and fast with these world tournaments, so that could be coming out within the next 2 weeks as well. But the big thing that we're waiting to see is if we go right back to where Goku and Hirudegarn dropped on the day Goku and Hirudegarn released on JP, we got the movie bosses Red Zone 2. And for some reason, this is just MIA on Global. Now, the only reason why I can think that this would be the case is on JP, of course, after this celebration with the Goku and Hirudegarn, we basically went straight into the anniversary where they added the last 2 stages, which was the Beerus and Golden Frieza. So now I'm kind of wondering if they're not going to drop this until the celebration before the anniversary so that they can follow the same sort of pattern, right? Because I think it dropped with 2 stages, then they brought out the 2 Broly ones and Hirudegarn, and then they brought out Beerus and Golden Frieza for the anniversary. So that could mean that they're not dropping this at all until the celebration before the anniversary, so that the last 2 stages dropping with the anniversary aren't dropping with a massive gap in between them, which is kind of disappointing, because without this movie boss's Red Zone, the Goku and Hirudegarn celebration does feel kind of void of content, which is very disappointing. It's another typical global schedule fumble, which once the games are synced, we won't have to put up with this anymore. But very disappointing that these didn't come out, because it'd be nice to get some new stages. We've been in this AoE meta with Zamasu and Omega for way too long on Global. Was looking forward to having some new stages to try out. The Hirudegarn stage is actually kind of fun. And then, of course, once we get these other 2 for the beginning of the anniversary, the Golden Frieza stage, I really like trying out teams and new units in this stage, because it's quite hard, but it's not like one of the hardest events that comes from the anniversary. So it's really, really good for trying out new teams and units and seeing how well they fare in the current meta without being like the toughest event. So really looking forward to this. But yeah, these first 5 stages, hopefully this will be some information that we get from after the maintenance. But unfortunately, I would not be surprised if there is no info on this at all, and it is coming out in the celebration before the anniversary, which I do think is disappointing overall for Global, because remember, the anniversary, the celebration that we'll get right before, will kind of be a mishmash where it will be Frieza at the beginning of June, and then whoever the Part 2 LR for Topo is for the second half of June, and then the anniversary starts in July, which means that in theory this would start dropping midway through June, maybe at the end of the Frieza, or like part of Part 2 of the Frieza part, and then whatever the LR is, the rest of the stages come out with that. But yeah, not really sure how this one is going to handle with the release. I think most people, I think we'd all agree, we'd rather get the first few stages and then have to wait 2 months for the other 2, rather than have to wait ages to start getting all of them, just so that the last 2 stages come out fairly close to the release of stage 5, which, I mean, I'd much rather have the content now. I'm sure most people would agree, but let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So like I say, I will do a video tomorrow once the maintenance ends and we actually know what's going on. But yeah, no info on the movie boss's Red Zone yet. The data download that, well, I say a data download, right? It's kind of included in the maintenance, right? Once the maintenance is over, new files will be added. That should have new stuff. We should get the confirmation on the date for the Super Saiyan 3 Goku EZA. We should have information about a potential world tournament. And hopefully we see something about the movie boss's Red Zone 2 as well. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Are you looking forward to Super Saiyan 3 Goku? Would you be looking forward to another world tournament? We had a very successful world tournament weekend set of streams with the last one, so we'll definitely do something similar again, revise some of the goals, and try and get some new overlays underway for that one. But let me know what you guys think of all of this stuff down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.